There we go, second match of the day from Happy versus Lin to another banger match, Foggy versus Chaemiko. Not as hyped, of course, as Happy versus Lin, because no match on this planet is hyped as much, but it's also for quite some money and of course points. If it's a 3-3, the players get 1 point each. If someone gets 4 maps, they get 2 points. And Chaemiko, he was in the top 3 for a long time, and then he faced Lin, got a 0-4, Lola had scored, 1-0 scored, and all of a sudden Chaemiko is only top 5, but same score as Lola in fighting distance to 1-0. Big point match for Chaemiko. If he wins here, he reclaims the 3rd position, which is almost $2,000. And Foggy, yeah, I guess it's about saving his tournament. He could still climb some ranks as well. That is his last match here. He could get up to 8 points over Focus and Colorful. And 6th place would be $200 more for him. And of course, Foggy always wants to show the world that he's among the best players that we got. A very, very hype and banger Night Elf versus Human we got here.
Yeah, and Chaemiko, as you've said, is definitely fighting for the 3rd place here. But if he wins, it's definitely not up to him. Because tomorrow we still got 120 and Lolite playing as well. So if either one of them wins, then they will retain, take that position. So the game's already on as far as I can see. So first map is Concealed Hill. Isn't that a map that you do not like at all for a human against Night Elf?
Yes, that is very, very true. I keep on saying that, and I think I'm 100% right. Otherwise, I wouldn't be saying that so often. If you expand as a human, you're so fragile because there's the creep spot upper left just so hard. There's poison. The commander dude is so strong, and Foggy decides to go for mass hunts. I haven't seen that in a long time. So, as I said, to me, this is a free win for Foggy. What's your opinion on this?
Well, I know that Foggy rather likes to play way easier tactics, like cheese styles, especially against humans. So, I guess if he notices that Chaemiko is going for an expansion, especially with the Keeper open on this map, I think there's a fairly good chance that he's going for, like I said, two Rex, Boss Huntress push, or even AP pushes afterwards on the Expo, or maybe even in the main base.
Okay, we'll see how much damage Foggy can do here. Detonate comes in, but experience goes to the creeps, and the other Water Elemental was already saved. So very good execution by... Oh, did he get the steal? Not sure. The bird was flying. So once again, super important last hit. Yeah, I think he did. Another peasant going down. Oh, that hurts. And the last one went to Chaemiko. Is that level 3? Yes, it is. Just barely.
Yeah, but the first Huntress is already coming out. 2 footballs are also quite low already, but level 3 for the Archmage, where the level 2 Water Elemental will definitely help him out here to survive on the Expo. But he might lose 2 more peasants.
Yeah, this is... He's not out of the storm just yet, but Chaemiko, man, he's just so much better in creeping this camp and keeping things alive at this spot than anyone else. It's ridiculous. But the big strength with the Mass Huntress is yet to come.
Yeah, there's still the opportunity for Foggy, I think, to push him afterwards with 2 Huntress, with 2 Engine of Wars. Because Chaemiko still hasn't gone for an Expo, but now if you take a look on the minimap, you see that all the peasants are actually retreating, and he's not committing to the expansion. I guess he noticed that with all the Huntress coming out, that Foggy is probably staying on tier 1 and will rather play a tower push or even a siege push with all the Huntresses. As you can see now, Foggy is misreading the entire situation.
Yeah, that's pretty much a hard counter by Chaemiko, isn't it? Like, what's Foggy supposed to do with the mass hunts once Chaemiko is on tier 2?
Yeah, if Chaemiko would have gone for the Expo right now, I don't really think he could have holded it, because, I mean, well, yeah, he has a level 3 Archmage and maybe Water Elementals, but most of the time, especially with that mana that he has right now, there's only the chance of getting 1. And, well, the army side of Foggy is way too big for Chaemiko to even hold that expansion. So it was definitely a really nice read here by Chaemiko to not push that expo further. But you see, the Angel of Protectors are still coming up because Foggy is in that position where he's still on tier 1 now. And even if he starts teching, he's way far behind in regards of the techs.
Yeah, I think so too. He's brute forced into this push, but that should be relatively easy for Chaemiko with rifles. It is still quite a long time until he gets long rifles, especially. And a second hero, but yeah, he's already doing damage in Foggy's main. He's distracting, he's draining Moon Juice. But does he read this right, that there's a push coming?
I mean, he just noticed that he's teching to tier 2. I mean, he already knew when he didn't see that expo coming up on the top. So he knew that Chaemiko is staying on one base, and there's only one chance for Foggy right now with that strategy to win this map with an Ancient Protector push. But I think the tier 2 tech will definitely help Chaemiko out, but the problem is that he's lacking a lot of units to somehow defend that, because there's like at least 2 Protectors already coming up for 3 even, and a 4th is being built, and he's losing 1 farm, so he will be supply stuck for a while. But since he's human, he can power build another one quickly up.
Blood Mage is coming! Siphon for more Water Elementals and of course get rid of Treants. And he's countering with Mortar Teams. Nice reaction. Just has to hold. And he's hiding behind his farms and his keep. But man, Foggy's push is stronger than I expected.
Yeah, definitely. Also, he's getting rid of a few more farms now due to the fact that these cleaves are bouncing on another building. I'm not sure what the second hero was. I think it was the Blood Mage.
Yes,
yeah.
And will he... Okay, got out. I thought for a second he's gonna kill the Alta, but no. Siphon it is. Nice reaction by Foggy to move out of range immediately. And... yeah, maybe we were wrong. Maybe this push hits way harder. And it's just finishing Chaemiko off.
Yeah, I mean, the mortars are there to maybe somehow hold the push, but the problem is if the barracks and the shop falls, there's no way he can get rifles. And also, he's stuck on casters, plus, well, if he loses the shop, I don't think he can build spell breakers either. So,
yep.
After all, the situation is pretty tough for Chaemiko here, even with a mortar. But maybe he can somehow get rid of 2 towers, then it would make things much easier for him.
I think if you keep on draining mana and keep spamming Water Elementals and keep the Mortar Team safe, there's a chance. He's about to lose the barracks though. Stressful situation for Chaemiko right off the bat. Foggy's doing a good job. 2 AP still hurt. He's building a little concave there, so there's no AoE affecting all of the towers. And now no rifles anymore, but I think... oh, the Mortar Team gets entangled. That's huge. Can't lose that one.
Didn't pay attention to the keeper that he's going for the entangle on the mortar. I think it was actually quite obvious, because that's a key unit to take out for Foggy right here to somehow keep these Angel of Protectors alive.
Man, Foggy 1,000 gold. Chaemiko has queued so many units, but look at this, everything is deep red and about to fall. This might be a quick game 1 right here. Chaemiko losing more and more and more. Foggy retreating actually a little. Didn't brute force the key, was nice repair, of course very, very expensive. But so far, Chaemiko is still alive.
Yeah, the mortars are doing a really good job here. Also the Blood Mage draining all the mana from the keeper, so he's not able to either cast Entangle or Trees to somehow help them out with the push. But the Water Elementals, as we've mentioned before, is quite crucial also here in this situation. They tank a lot of damage that could potentially go to either buildings as well, or even other units in the back. And therefore, he wins some time. I guess Foggy has to think about what's coming up next. Because he's still on tier 1. And I don't really think that if there's like a couple of casters coming out, there's no dispel for him. He just needs a few sorcerers, I think, for slow. And then just play hit and run with the entire slowed elf army. How
in the hell is Chaemiko even alive, man? There was so much pressure. There was so much damage done. Chaemiko just played this perfectly defensive, except maybe the mortar team positioning at one point, but he fixed that, he rebuilt all the farms, he got the army up, he always kept the blood mage safe, he siphoned the mana whenever he could, and water elementals plus mortar teams, key to this hold.
Yeah, the problem was that the workshop couldn't have been cancelled by Foggy, so the mortar team was actually the key here to somehow survive the push now.
Okay, Chaemiko caught out in the open. One mortar team down, maybe was a little too brave. Second mortar team also falling. Probably the last possible power spike with the Huns, but he's got to be careful with that keeper. 50 HP only. Retreats though. And I think he sent some Hunt to the fountain. Should have, as it's nighttime now.
Yeah, but Foggy is still stuck on 40 supply. He still has 1k gold. And, well, the human is getting close to level 4 with the Archmage, which means level 2 Brilliance Aura, which made things not really that easy for Foggy. Considering the fact that water elementals will be up every now and then now.
Yeah.
I mean, Chaemiko is still stuck on 30 supply, which is supply-wise not great at all, but he has the attack advantage, he has 2 heroes. Everything that he has on the ground so far counters Foggy army, so the only chance for Foggy, as you can see here right now, is to somehow walk around the map and still do some damage in the main base.
Doesn't work.
But now that's the first guard up.
Yeah.
First guard throws up.
And that hard counters Hunts even more in combo with the water elementals and the mortar teams. Damn Chaemiko, what a god. And Foggy, yeah, he's still like without tier 2. What do you do? Blacksmith is coming back, Rax is coming back, so we get rifles soon. Another hard counter.
Yeah, plus Flying Machine now flying across the map. He will gain some more crucial information out from Foggy's base that he's still on tier 1, so I don't really think that Chaemiko has to worry that much unless he somehow loses his entire army right now here.
Massive detonate, that was nice. Archmage in the middle of everything getting banished to be safe, but that is a lot of damage on the priest here and a surround by Foggy. There is a staff, there is banish, there's a TP, so maybe a little overcommitment by Foggy on the hero. Protection scroll committed and then retreating. Feels weird.
Yeah, I also think if Chaemiko somehow clears the laboratory, he could go for a Zeppelin, and there's no way for Foggy to somehow deal with the Zeppelin because he has no archers.
That's a very smart thought.
And Chaemiko could just micro him out, or out micro him. So I maybe that was also the approach Chaemiko was seeing here with the laboratory, but it's also the only spot that is right in front of his main base, which he can't creep right now against the keeper as well. I'm not sure where he's looking at the main base when there's a creeper coming, but
yeah, this observer and I, we don't get along too well either.
But yeah, there's not much that Foggy can do, and I also don't think there's. He's just trying to win some time, but I don't really know what kind of time he wants to win here, because Chaemiko is just going to produce more units that will counter the entire army of Foggy anyways. And if there's a Zeppelin coming up, then yeah, I don't see any chance for Chaemiko to somehow... for Foggy to somehow win here.
Yeah, I would agree. Chaemiko is banking some gold. Rock Golem dies. I got a big mana potion. Sweet! On top of all that siphon. And Foggy's still waiting for tier 2, man. It's so late. So, what's it? Panda? But against the siphon, I don't know, man. What's a good hero now?
Yeah, the question is like, what is his approach after that failed early game?
Yeah.
He misreaded the expo from Chaemiko. He definitely thought that he's going for an expo, but he didn't. Chaemiko read that situation perfectly, I would say.
Yeah, I think he's listening to our cast as well, and he heard me saying that it's unwinnable, so he listened and retreated, and that was key to victory.
And gets rewarded with an unholy aura even.
Ooh.
So, compensating what Todd is always missing. The movements.
Movement speed.
God damn it!
It's so slow!
These freaking undeads.
But yeah, still Mass Huntress for Foggy. There's a second hero, the Alchemist level 2 now, but I don't really think he's gonna do much of a difference right now.
Yeah, me neither. Like, this should also be heal spray first. Not too much of an impact.
I mean, I do see acid bomb
Player's forces are under
on
attack.
the rifles if you can connect them, but I'm not even sure if he went for it because usually it's heal wave, as you said.
Shop control
And
by
Chaemiko
Chaemiko.
knows about the attempt of a creep check thanks to the flying machine.
Good vision. Blood Mage a little far forward, but he wants to be in that position as well for the Siphon. And that's Siphon level 2. And that means the Keeper barely has any mana anymore. Mortar team should be safe. Rifles are tanking quite some damage, but Archmage, if he has the money, he can go for a heal scroll. All the value. Nice reaction right there, but he's getting some entangles off to kill some units. This is a closer fight than I expected. And Chaemiko has to get out.
Yeah, this position is definitely the worst that you could ever get as a human, I think. It's pretty much the same as an undead if you play the same strategy as we've seen before in the series against headhunters. So I'm not sure why Chaemiko didn't really think about a Zeppelin here, because it's all about ground damage. The only heroes, or only the heroes are able to somehow deal damage to the Zeppelin, but that's just normal damage, or pretty much attack damage from the heroes. So
Yeah, good question.
pretty weird decision.
You know,
Would have loved to see that Zeppelin here, because that would have also helped him out in this fight here at the chop, so he wouldn't have been forced to TP out with that bad positioning.
for sure. There's also barely any anti-air possible because you got the workshop already. If Foggy goes with a hippo against that, you can just snipe him out of the air.
Yeah, so Foggy is still staying with Mass Huntress. I
It's
just don't
so
see
weird,
him.
dude.
I
It's
just
like
don't see him winning that fight at all.
if he goes for a base race and Chaemiko doesn't notice for a while, but on the other side, it's mortar teams in a base race, so yeah, you got your answer there. Very, very committed to the Huns. I mean, we all know that he loves them in Mirror, but can't stay against human for such a long time on Huns, man. They're just exploding. It's like Splatter TD. Chaemiko also uses his illusions really, really well. They soak up a lot of damage. Hunt surrounds are quite nice, but whenever something's getting focused, there's Banish. And you can't detonate Wisps all the time. You need Dryads against that. We're not there. Oh, the Banish is just beautiful. Shades of Thorzane here. Oh, I love this.
Yeah, looks tough for Foggy here, like I said. Mass Hunter is definitely not the key to somehow win against rifles, especially not against Banish.
Nope. Archmage level 5, Blood Mage level 4. Oh, that was gorgeous play.
Town is under siege.
Yeah, but he's forcing the mortars to retreat back to the base, so that slows down the damage outcome from Chaemiko on his opponent's base. But still, Foggy in a position where he has to somehow defend his base with just 5 huntresses at all.
Yeah,
Well, the 6 coming, but that's it.
That didn't work out too well. Damn, Chaemiko. Nice fake out. First of all, nice creep at the upper left-hand side. Not losing too much. Not brute forcing an expansion. Falling back, teching when he needed to tech. And then just play the game from there. But that hold in his base against 3 APs and I don't know, 7 Huntress. Ridiculously strong.
Yeah, that decision making from Chaemiko was definitely game winning over there, to read that a few huntresses are already approaching Foggy's keeper, which means that he's definitely going for a cheese because he has to open with a huntress soul, and therefore he is also able to build Angel of Protectors. I think these players know each other in and out nowadays, and yeah, like I said, Foggy's I think pretty well known in the scene for having a repertoire of cheese styles, and therefore I think Chaemiko just read the entire thing pretty well.
Damn. Yeah, bouncing back really nicely from this harsh defeat over Lin. Or by Lin, just a couple of days ago.
It was 4-0, right?
Yeah, and it wasn't really close. I was so hyped for this match, like best human versus best orc, and then Lin just out of this world great. No chance for Chaemiko.
Yeah, I've seen the first 3 games, and unfortunately, I closed out the 4th game because I knew that that game was pretty much not going, or the entire series was definitely not going into Chaemiko's favor.
Yeah.
Struggled a lot against Lin. But yeah, kudos to Lin. Definitely world's best orc right now. And kudos to Happy to tie everything up and getting the first place.
That's some nice ice cream money indeed. For Foggy, this tournament wasn't really that great. 0-4 against both undeads, 1-4 against Fly, lots of draws against Colorful, Focused, Lawlight, and against Lin, which is pretty insane actually. Only win was against Zoen. That is not enough.
I also like the distribution of all 4 orc players, because if you take a look at the ranking, you see that Zoen is currently on the last place, followed by Fly and then Focus, and Lin on the second. So you could also say that in terms of skill between these 4 orc players, it's pretty fairly distributed in this ranking here.
Yeah, I would actually rank Focus a little higher. I think he had a rough month or a couple of rough weeks. He definitely has potential to play better. But yeah, then we would have 1 orc at the top, 1 in the middle, 2 at the bottom. As if this game is not only about balance, but also players' performances.
That's true. But as I've seen in the past, Orc versus Night Elf seems to be quite difficult for the Orcs, though. But Fly also managed to win against Foggy 4-1. And same goes out for Lin, who defeated Colorful 4-1 as well. So
yeah, I mean, Colorful is a good player, but he has to improve in macro decision-making strategies, base builds, creep routes, and then he's in that tier.
You know that in and out, right?
Dude, I take lessons 1 hour per evening. I'm gonna repeat that copy pasta just to have that save. It's important. Very important. Just as important as it is for Foggy to win this one, we're back on Concealed again. This time, Neddy's host.
Yes, and the question is, will Foggy do the same?
Yeah, dude, no way. Like, you can't play Mass Hunts twice. I think a Hunter's opening is still okay. You can still do a lot of damage and then win the game with a tier 2 advantage or tier 3 advantage.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not an expert in this matchup anyways, but when I ask myself about this matchup, like what went wrong on the first map, it was obviously Foggy misreading the entire situation.
Yeah.
Wait, what did he build in the left? I think it was a Hunter's Soul again, I guess. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense that he's gonna place a building over there. Anyways, what I'm asking myself is, like, what could he done different? You know, like, he went for an all-in because he expected Chaemiko, of course, to go for an expo. But what if he wouldn't have gone for a second Engine of War? Like, he would have been stuck on 1, which would make things much harder for him to siege the expo of Chaemiko. So I don't know.
I don't know, man. If he's not going Mass Hunts, then, like, he never really pushed the expansion with Mass Hunts, right? When the second Engine of War was up and he got the double reinforcements, Chaemiko was already retreating to his base. I think 1 Engine of War is the smarter choice because Chaemiko is just way too good at reading the situation. He will retreat if it's Mass Hunts again.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost the same situation compared to the first game now, except for, well, Foggy bringing out 2 more Wisps to his army, it seems, but Chaemiko is definitely not keeping up with his shenanigans here, and it looks like he's going for another evasion creeping, which leads us to Chaemiko maybe teching to tier 2. He's still on 1 base, he's going for the Cane Tower now. Sorry. And it looks like, yeah, I think he's going for one base again.
And there we say it, and he calls the boys, and he moves to the left, a typical caster curse. That is, oh my god, how many militias that? 10? He needs to be quick now, of course. He was losing quite some time. Archer is a nice scout, but is dead.
I mean, he should have seen the wisps. I'm not too sure about it, but there were 2 wisps at the left, and nice toss of appearance here.
And the detonates hit the water elemental. That was quite harsh. Second one is being chased. Hunts are coming in, but not too much damage by Foggy here. He's still chasing after this one worker. Chaemiko saying the herd worker's back. No follow-up by Foggy. This is as clean of a creep as you can get it.
Not much steal from Foggy here. He gets at least 3 peasants, I would say.
Yeah, 2 in
but
the south.
Also, still level 3 for the Archmage, and Foggy is still stuck on level 2, obviously, since he's going for the harass. The difference is Chaemiko going for the expo now or not? Because he's still on tier 1. He went back with a couple of peasants, but now, yeah, he's going for the expo.
Foggy got a little bit of experience, but not too much. As you said, Archmage still 3. So, is this mass hunts or not? I'm not sure. It shouldn't be, judging from the number of hunts, or?
I still think those are 2 Engine of Wars though, because the one to the laboratory, that red dot should be an Engine of War, and I think that on below of that as well.
Alright, Foggy, don't disappoint me. I say this is unwinnable as a human, and might be proven right here. Expo down, 2 workers down. Tower is only an arcane, which is not the greatest against mass hunts. The pressure intensifies.
But I still don't understand why Chaemiko went for the expo now.
Yeah.
It's the same situation like in the first game, where he definitely did the right read and went for a second, for tier 2. And now he's going for the expo with the same, almost same outcome like in the first game.
Yeah, maybe he misread the situation a little bit. 2 hunts were hidden in the shadows with Shadow Meld, and maybe he didn't really see them and thought it's only 1 Engine of War. There weren't too many hunts around at the same time. But, oh, Keeper hurt? Ah, not enough. Good timing. But yeah, he's still brute forcing this expansion with 1 worker. How pathetic.
So the Keeper is going back to the base, healing up himself and getting some nice mana. And you can see the Keeper's close to level 3 without creeping at all, so he definitely killed a couple of peasants, water elementals, and a few peasants over there. And the expo is still not up here for Chaemiko, which is, well, I wouldn't say too fine for him, because there's a long red line on the left, which means there are a couple of Hunters and Wisps coming up now here for Engine of Protectors. Nice round on the Hunters.
Let's brute force this again. Indeed, Chaemiko known for blocks and microplay. Keeper level 3 should be a lot of treants. Yep, there we go. Second cancel. This is just so much pressure. Tower is not up. Not an arcane, not a guard tower. Footmen are all hurt. This is really not looking good. He has to TP out of his expansion now. That's brutal.
That looks pretty tough for Chaemiko. I'm still wondering, like I said, like, why would you go for an expo? I mean, it's the same situation like in the first game. Now he's teching, but still, now he's not even by the time he was at game 1, he was now on tier 2 already.
Yeah.
With tier 2 techs and stuff and buildings.
Exactly.
But now he didn't even finish half of it. So of course Foggy knows about it because he tried the attempt to expo on the top, and Foggy's just sieging him, making usage of all of the hunters that he has.
Yeah, Foggy is not making any big mistake, then that should be his game. Hunts are losing quite a bit of HP, but man, this is the perfect moment. Militia thrown into a bunch of hunters. You can 8-click as a Night Elf and kill everything.
Yeah, looks easy. Try it out.
Yeah, against Chaemiko, I mean, yeah, rather not. But it's of course about buying time. You would love to have a shop, and oh my god, the value on the region scroll is insane.
I guess I haven't seen a better value than that.
Yeah, but AP is coming up. As you said, tech is a lot later, and I don't think Foggy will allow the Blood Mage again, will allow a workshop again. He has perfect vision.
Yeah, the altar is definitely, not definitely, but it looks like this is also about to die or to get destroyed. Yeah, well, Chaemiko is now going for an all-in with the Militia and the Footmans, trying to get rid of the Angel Protector as he finishes or cancels one, but still two come up. And yeah, like I said, the tier 2 tech timing is definitely not in favor for the human player, and all these Hunters benefit from the bounce on other units as well. So as you can see, a lot of units are going quite low on HP. Still level 4 for the Archmage.
Yeah. In the near future, the Ancient Protector will also do a little bit of splash damage. So this will add insult to injury. Foggy! What's up?
I was just thinking about it. Like, everything just does splash damage. Even the Keeper's attack. maybe area of effect entangle like 5 units.
Oh yes, that's a like in yeah, I think they use it in Dota. Yeah, let's go. All the orcs will probably never touch this game again.
Probably.
Dude, Chaemiko is killing quite some hunts here. There's no way to heal them at the moment. Is he just... No way he's winning this again, right? Like, there's no way.
I mean, he is tier 2. He lost a couple of buildings, but it looks like Foggy is not really reaching to the point where he wants to be. Like, he definitely wants to get further into Chaemiko's base, but Chaemiko is still defending pretty safe here. And I think things would actually look way worse if Chaemiko was somehow able to get a second hero, especially a Blood Mage maybe. But as you can see in the back, everything looks quite dead except for the main base. So Chaemiko still trying to figure out how to survive here.
He's also supply blocked. Like, even if he gets the altar up, it's gonna be rough. Every other human would be dead for like 7 minutes and just tap out and go next, but not Chaemiko. Now we get a little bit more pressure with siege damaged Ballista.
With, by the way, nice splash damage.
With nice splash damage. Surrounded the Keeper again. He has no TP. Lolly's dead.
Oh my god.
Are you kidding me? Chaemiko cannot win this game.
I think killing the hero was actually one of the way to somehow come back.
Yeah! Archmage healing a lot. I think he might be out of reju potions.
But... Wait, what level was the Keeper?
4.
3, right? 4!
I
Okay,
think
that's
4.
some gold that he has to invest into a 7 revive now. Also, the Scroll of Regeneration has some value over there, but oof, the shop is down now. And I think Foggy can still revive the hero from the tavern, but...
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah, but he still has to hit and run a little bit here.
He's still tier 1. He needs to heal at the fountain and then maybe do it again or get a heal scroll. Oh yeah, the value of the heal scroll now. But Chaemiko is actually able to recover a bit. That farm makes it so he can go for the Blood Mage if he wants to.
So I mean, I don't understand why Foggy's still staying on tier 1 behind all of this. I mean, I do understand that he wants to save up the resources to produce more units to keep up with the siege and put more pressure on the human.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it be like much better to have like a tier 2 tech behind all of this and maybe a second hero in this push?
Yeah.
Like a Panda or something?
100%. Also an Alchemist. Like, how good would the healing be?
I mean, even if it was just for the second hero, I think it would have big value anyways.
Oh my
you don't
god.
even have to go for the right.
What a slaughter now! I would love to see the
really
right hand
bad
side.
for Chaemiko.
Jesus Christ! We didn't see the kills, but we heard it. Oh, yeah. Now good luck repairing this keep. No chance. And it remains true. If you expand against mass hunts on this map, you're just dead. Remo is making fun of me every time I say it, but it's just a fact.
Yeah, all the peasants are low. The Archmage isn't also not the best position, I would say, with all these Shadow Melded Huntresses as well. for an opportunity to surround him. Also now finally the Arcane Tower is switching up the target on the Keeper, removing some few mana left from him.
Chaemiko's so masochistic. Like, he lost 12, 13 peasants, he's down to 13 supply, and still, I don't know what he sees in this game. Ugh. Beautiful sound.
I'm not sure what he's waiting. I mean, he could have called game long time ago.
Well, as you told me, maybe he thought about the next map already.
But that's what I was thinking as well.
Ooh. Pro caster comment right there.
So you will always keep that in mind when stuff like that happens in
always
further turn.
According to when, I will say.
You heard it first, boys.
Jesus Christ. So, yeah, I think we saw how to play human on concealed. And that was like he played it on map 1. What a baller Foggy is, though, after this push failed miserably, to just do it again on map 2, on worst ping.
Yeah, but I still think it was up to Chaemiko's decision. He, I don't know, for which reason, decided to go for that expo try. Maybe he wanted to try something out, but compared to the first game, the situation was pretty much the same, I would say. And I don't really know why he went for that expo. He could have safely gone for tier 2 tech and go for a workshop. Can't thank them behind all of this.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe got a little overconfident after winning map 1. Thought, okay, now on my server, I'll defeat this with ease, with good controls, and I'm gonna dodge your detonates, etc., etc. Didn't really work this time. But we get a new map, that's for sure. That might change things a little. Would love to see a Warden, actually, every now and then.
Maybe some more peasant slaughter in the back.
You're really good at that as well. You heard a couple of peasants dying in your career.
Well, you know, the rumors about undead slaughtering peasants.
I heard about that. Is it just rumors? Or is it facts?
Well, unfortunately, I don't have a specific French human in my group, so for the Meisterschaft, so I can't really say. But maybe in the playoffs, if I'll make it to the playoffs, then maybe.
The same playoffs where the human slaughtered you 3-0?
Yeah, but how many times did he get slaughtered by me?
I don't remember too much.
You can look it up. It's all on Warcraft 3.info.
I just remember the last game. I always just remember the last game, and that.
I know, but you know, I'm always up there for something new, making the difference.
Yeah, it was a fun final. It was hype. That was true.
Oh, definitely. I think if I would have played maybe a little bit more, but that's my problem, my fault.
Yeah.
It could have gone either way, like it did in the previous encounters between Todd and me. But yeah, definitely looking forward to Meisterschaft playoffs. Maybe with Ente, with no Ente. Maybe, who knows? Because Group B is still close as hell.
Yeah, Ente is looking pretty good, actually, in the past couple of games.
Yeah, but I still think it could have gone either way. Because Kevin was actually about to win 2-0, I think. So that would have been 0-2 for Ente. Then he would have lost that game against Tom, I think, as well. So
yeah, but
you could have been 0-3, right?
Woulda, coulda, shoulda. In the end, Ente is winning his games against Night Elf, and a certain other undead from Mouse Sports lost to Trunks.
You know, I tried it for the memes, for the lulz.
It was a super fun
to play some what was it? Unholy Frenzy.
But, yeah, and I will always love you for that because it's such a
yeah. But you're still making fun of me right now.
Yes, of course.
I will never bring that up again.
I will.
Unholy Frenzy.
You will. I will. Maybe I can bribe you with a couple of Kinder Buenos, so I need your address, and then a special shipping is coming.
I have actually Kinder Crown here right next to me. Cheers.
cheers.
Right.
We got a game on Tidehunters.
I'm eating. Wait.
Okay. So, Foggy on Tidehunters, not going for a Warden or a Demon Hunter or anything else. Just keep a craft all the way. And Chaemiko, much easier to expand here. In general, much easier to play. But in general, I think I haven't seen too many Night Elf versus Human on this map.
Actually, me neither. It wouldn't be too much of a surprise, I would say, but Caster's Curse, you know.
Yes, I know that one.
I was about to say not too familiar with that one. But yeah. I still think Chaemiko could go for an expo here, but you see 2 wisps already floating around the map here. I'm wondering what for. Maybe for the scouting information if he's going for an expo or fast slap creep, because on this map you can see there you go. Because on this map nowadays you can see humans pulling out the whole laboratory creep, just like they do on Last Refuge, and then start with the High Shadow Priest and get instant level 2 and maybe even a good item.
Yeah, especially Chaemiko. Like, he got he always does this. It doesn't matter if it's CH or here. Not today though, not in this matchup. Fierce the roaming keeper. That's an easy level 2. Foggy also focusing on his own progress, can still go for harass of course with level 2. Claws in the inventory, nice to have. So Foggy this time counter expanding.
Yeah, also almost close to 2.5 after the spot. Will probably maybe take advantage of the top or on the bird drop there, top right.
Oh, Foggy loses a wisp to a footman. Yikes! Didn't get the memo. But yeah, both with a similar creep route, and both will end up on level 3. Maybe clash at the marketplace. Foggy already there, and Foggy is the first to harass. 2 base, level 3. The most even early game, I would say, between the two just yet.
Yeah, so far, definitely. Keeper is still looking out or to find a way to get level 3 and maybe a way around the humans' army to reach the expo. But yeah, Foggy knows that it's going for an expo, that Chaemiko is going for an expo right now. And as you said earlier, Foggy is also going for his own expansion, which is fairly different from the very first 2 games where he went for an all-in. Also, he's going for Archer Opener and does not really go for Huntresses at all.
Yeah, I like that a lot better. You get the normal damage with Treants, and just for entertainment purposes, a nice 2 base, tier 3 is a lot more fun to watch than just Mass Huntress, even though people like Kevin Schramm say that Mass Huntress plus a couple of Wisps is peak Warcraft, but for once I think Kevin is lying.
Yeah, I mean, peak probably around somewhere 1,900 MMR. Yeah, but we do have a face-off. There's a tangle on the Water Elemental, which means that the Water Elemental is not able to walk or deal damage at all. Pretty important here.
Okay, both are hurt. Could of course get rid of it. Lots of experience from these Water Elementals, but Chaemiko's defending them rather well. Thank you, Serapis, for the Prime. Also, Vok Power for the 17-month resub. For denunciation. Kevin, we love you.
Yeah, so Chaemiko is putting up with the pressure with this on Archmage and Water Elemental, where Foggy, someone needs to find a way to defend that. That's an entangle up on a full HP Footman. Good decision, finishes off the low HP one just by auto attacks. And yeah, there's a tech all up behind of that, of course for Chaemiko, and same for Foggy. Foggy replenishing some mana, and there's a Hunter still coming up, so we will probably see Dried Bears in the late game, if it gets to that point.
Exactly. I'm
Maybe
wondering...
even Mountain Giant.
Oh yeah. Foggy... Yeah, Foggy can play them, for sure. I wonder... Shouldn't Foggy be the one pressuring Chaemiko right now? Shouldn't he be sending Treants to the expansion and kill peasants over and over again?
Yeah, but it has also similarities to the Undead matchup if the Undead tries to go for an expo, because the human is always able to set up or get a water elemental out, and you can actually attack from 2 different directions. So Night Elf and Undead actually share the same issue here on this map, which is both can actually lose their expo just by auto attacks, because as you have seen a couple seconds ago, Chaemiko always puts up damage on the Entangled Gold Mine, which means that the income for Foggy is significantly delayed here. Whereas he's defending his own expo at the same time, because Foggy has to somehow defend his expo. That puts him away from Chaemiko's expo, so definitely good strategic decision here from Chaemiko. So.
I agree. Panda second now for Foggy. I guess that was to be expected. Drunken Haze Breath of Fire too good to not go for it. Not scared of a Mountain King or something to go Demon Hunter. Would then be hard countered by a Blood Mage probably anyway. And yeah, Chaemiko playing this well. Has to pull back a little bit. Don't want to face this Panda early without his own second hero. But yeah, we're gonna rise to 70-80 supply soon and get big fights. I like big fights.
Especially in this matchup, those fights can always be quite entertaining, I think, from what I have seen in the past.
Yes.
There are still a couple of footmans left here for Chaemiko. The keeper still has the Staff of Teleportation though, so even if he gets around it, he can still TP out, but Foggy has to make sure that his second hero gets a few levels now. And let's see what Chaemiko's up to now.
Chaemiko goes for a Panda himself.
Yeah, that's something that I still think is quite interesting, especially in this matchup, because I've never seen in the past humans playing Panda second, especially against Night Elf though, due to magic immune units such as the Dryads. But especially the Panda in the late game counters Bears and Mountain Giants at some point. Well, not MG too much, but definitely the Bears. So
yeah, and it's good for base race as well. Right? Yeah, it's also good for base racing. Maybe that's what it all leads up to. But yeah, sucks of course against Dryads, but if there's Dryads, they will probably be greeted by rifles and mortars. So yeah, mortars coming. We stay on tier 2, no fast tier 3 tech by Chaemiko at all. Banking, as he always does. 1200 gold for a second. Foggy adding... Wait, Foggy not going tier 3? Has no lumber at the moment. The Footman Harass pays off.
Yeah. Also he's on 50 supply now, which means that if he's getting a Shredder, he's breaking upkeep at the same time, where he has to... okay. No, actually he bought a Shredder already. Couldn't see that. Panda's close to level 3 now, thanks to the creep at the laboratory. Whereas Chaemiko is going for the same spot and starts harassing with the Archmage.
Gets an archer, okay. But that's about it. Got 2 heal scrolls already against the Panda. Steals them both from the merchant. Man, this entire day is about shop control, I feel.
Yeah, especially if there's only one shop at the middle of the map.
Very true.
Most of these maps have nowadays, compared to Northern Isle, also only one shop in the middle. Tide Hunters.
And of course, the most beautiful map of them all, Echo Isles. Huh? Are you saying anything? you want to stay on this cast, or?
Sure. My lord.
Ah, that's something. Music to my ears. Pretty tame phase, but that will change soon as Chaemiko is approaching Death Ball territory. 70 supply. Panda also level 3 now, plus the heal scrolls. Is Foggy ready for this?
I think so far, but both players actually put some time into picking first. It's hard to find out.
Oh, I think Chaemiko got it. Item on the ground. Oh no. Okay, Foggy got this, but not level 3 yet. It was a little too ambitious. Archmage came in, killed the Dryad, killed an Archer. Panda in a little bit of trouble. Breath of Fire stole experience. Oh, that's not good for Foggy.
Are under attack.
I think Chaemiko could have even stolen that item with ease.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sometimes it's a little weird that you can't click on stuff properly.
Yeah.
Maybe there was one of these instances, I don't know.
I think also the Panda stood on the item for a while, so you couldn't click on it. But yeah, army-wise it looks pretty tough for Foggy because he's staying on Dryad's Archers only so far.
Yeah, why?
Whereas Chaemiko is going for Mortars, Fabricators, Casters, like the usual stuff you want to see in this matchup.
Yeah, Foggy is very heavy on tier 2. Like, he must know that Mortars are coming.
I mean, tier 3 finished, so there will be some bears coming out, but I guess that could be even too late, I think.
It's coming. TP's home, but Moon Juice is empty. At least nighttime just started, but this position is great for Chaemiko. Breakers and Panda and Footman block the way and Mortars do damage. Foggy is trying to backstab, but that should be quite an obvious play, I think, with the Dryads being missing. Breakers forward, but I guess it's also the only chance for Foggy to get something done here. Dear Observer, please show the damage done in the backline. We only have to guess. Oh, nice T-Wave. The Panda is in a little bit of trouble for Foggy. Staffed out, and now we see the Dryads doing quite some damage, actually. Breath of Fire onto the Archers in the back, I guess. Now Chaemiko turns around and kills a lot. Both are losing a lot, actually, but Chaemiko is still pretty dominant.
Yeah. He still has a huge wall of Spellbreakers and Footmans on top, so even if he might lose the bottom part, which he's definitely not, as you can see, I don't know. There's no way Foggy can somehow come back from this, because the siege will just be way too big here for Foggy to deal with, and Chaemiko will definitely close out or advance here, and GG.
Boom, 2-1, just like that. It was a pretty straightforward game, I would say. Expand, harass, build an army, push.
Yeah, pretty much. I think Foggy definitely has to switch something up, because it felt like he was way behind, especially in terms of timing, because Chaemiko already started pushing where Foggy just finished tier 3. Like, that's way too late, because you can't really wait for the human army with 70 pop with an expo behind of that just to push your base when you have only Dryads and 2 heroes.
Yeah, that was weird. That was a super late tier 3. Very, very, very heavy on Dryads. Maybe thought he's countering the Panda like that. But that was just odd.
Yeah. Fourth map coming up next. Still don't know which map it will be.
I think it's loser's choice, so Foggy can pick if he wants to.
Yeah, the question is now, like, what does Foggy have to do to get into the late game like that? Like I said, he definitely needs some spares. Maybe Mountain Giants, but of course, if you have Expo against Expo, the human player will always have the edge, I think, in the late game. I think the next map will be Northern Isle.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, you should definitely go to Bears a little earlier there. Since you guys, we still have some time, I announced it yesterday. I will be playing Gym Newbie League this season, season 9. I'm here, and I hope you guys are signing up as well. This is newbie training ground, grass league, where you can get drafted into one of, I guess, 8 teams or something, and then you get a coach to your side, and you have a team, you have a coach, and then you have some clan wars on a newbie battle. You will always be paired against people on your same MMR, and you know that match beforehand, so you can specifically practice for that. I will try my luck. I will get a bit of coaching, which I desperately need, and to not embarrass myself on streams anymore. And Coach Remo says the same. I want you for Gym Newbie League. Join at the Warcraft 3 gym, which is gym.backtowwarcraft.com. We already have over 100 sign-ups for the league, so sign up. Link is at Yanis Official, and of course in the gym Discord.
Sounds great.
Great. Or I will embarrass myself. But at least it's for a good cause.
I mean, you can't lose hair anymore.
Oh, I got plenty of hair to lose, just not on the head, brother.
Going into the Hogan show.
Yeah, no, I will not put my beard on the line. I just want to have some fun and learn a little bit. I don't know if there's an elo cap, actually, but you can ask in the gym Discord.
I mean, most likely.
There should. Yeah, I think at some point you just become a coach.
Because I guess most of the tournaments or newer leagues that are being set up here, elo cap nowadays for the War 3 info, I think.
Yeah, makes sense to not get stomped.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely is a good decision because, as you said, because all of the good players will probably take part if there's like some money on the line. So I guess the environment is definitely better for lower MMR players to have also a platform of competition where they can face off with equal MMR.
Yeah, we got pretty cool coaches. We got Kaiser, we got Armin, we got plenty of people. Monk from Frost Giant is helping me out. Good.
Interesting. No one approached me, actually.
I think it's you can just approach them. How about that?
Ah.
But I heard you're also very, very busy, so I don't know if you have the time for coaching.
Maybe.
And maybe you have to coach Enter first instead of me.
In sleeping.
He doesn't need coaching in sleeping. I feel like he got that down.
Definitely. So the second map seems to be up. Not the second, sorry. The fourth map.
Ah! Right as you say it. Boom! You predicted Northern Isles, man. You're the new prophet.
Am I?
For now. For the moment. You're,
Nice.
You get the temporary rank of the prophet from me.
Feels great. I'm lost for words.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
From my viewer experience on this cast, it seems to be a pretty big deal here.
It is. It is the biggest.
prophet.
It is the biggest title you can hold on the Back to Warcraft stream.
There needs to be like a separate emote for or like a badge in the chat to be the prophet. You know, like only one guy can be the prophet.
The level above VIP is the prophet.
Yes.
Ooh, nobody predicted this. It's a warden.
Yeah, but didn't you say you would love to see some warden action?
Yeah, but I did not really expect it here. Like, you can creep to level 2 immediately at the Tuska, then level 2.5 with the shop, as Foggy is probably doing at the green. But I always feel like level 3 is quite difficult.
You definitely need at least the orange spot with the Engine of War, and then either two greens and one orange, or you finish off with the two greens, which is much safer, of course, and much faster. But yeah, I would love to see like what's the approach for Foggy now with the Warden opener, because after finishing off the Minotaur spot here with the Ogre Magi, he will reach level 2 instantly. But then the question will be if he's going to creep afterwards to level 3 or well, deal some damage depending on what Chaemiko decides to do, if he's going for an X4 or not.
Oh, big mana potion. Today truly is the day of big mana potions. And especially in the hands of a warden. Ooh, that's gonna be dangerous. Chaemiko is expanding. Foggy sees this and he's rushing right across. This must be Fan of Knives. And maybe Foggy is willing to commit that big mana potion early.
Yeah, but there is also a possibility that he's going for Shadow Strike, especially in this scenario, because the creep spot hasn't been entirely finished yet, so even the Ogre Magi isn't done, and as you can see, Chaemiko's playing around the Shadow Strike. He doesn't really want to get that stolen. And that creeping by Chaemiko looks
Player's forces
like
are
a
under attack.
catastrophe. Because
Yeah,
3
right?
creeps are enraged. The Ogre Major hasn't been finished. He's still level 1. Militia timer runs out. And Foggy is reaching level 2 now. Thanks
Boy.
to the Archer finishing off the Minotaur.
Town is under siege.
Yeah, one could say it's a disaster. Okay, let's see. Chaemiko very, very good at salvaging this. Put some damage on the Warden, down to 50% at some point. She has to leave. The Shadow Priest, or the Priest did a good job, but sneaky Warden into the shadows. And now we'll see. 225, no steal attempt here. Chaemiko is well aware of the possibility. If this Magi falls to Foggy, that's a massive delay on level 3, but Chaemiko gets it. Item he got as well with the crystal ball. Okay, it took a while, but in the end, Chaemiko did this really well.
Yeah, so looks like he's going for an expo. Archmage is close to level 3. Warden has to probably retreat back to the base, and yeah, well, there's a halfway tier 2 tech by Foggy right now. Quite obvious since he's playing Warden on this map, where Chaemiko is now trying to figure out a way either to get level 3 by the green spot right next to his expo, or to defend his expo away from the Warden.
Yeah, needs to put some pressure here. I think the staff isn't even enough. That didn't do anything. Like, Foggy went across the entire map and then back and got 1 kill. Not too sure. It is buying him seconds in the end. And then he will probably push even harder on tier 2. Wonder if he... What's this Murloc doing? He's feasting on a corpse, I think.
Yeah, there's a corpse that you can cannibalize.
A player's forces are under attack.
Looks like he found sentry wards, if I'm not mistaken. Once again, pretty crucial item, I think, especially with the 2 charges. And Foggy, I think that was a replenishment potion.
Yes, which is very good to save Moon Juice. No heroes on level 3. But Archmage will be, as the rest of the army is, I think, creeping the green.
A player's forces
And
are
Foggy,
under
yeah,
attack.
the problem here, how to get to level 3. Probably with his natural as well, but he's not even close. Chaemiko is scouting for it, but nothing happening in the south.
And Chaemiko is level 3 already,
Yeah.
while simultaneously creeping with the footlands. Also,
Oh.
he gathers the creeping, the information where Foggy is, delays the creeping from the Warden. Nice block.
Dude, he commits the big mana potion to this, but Archmage has boots, Water Elemental was blocking, now the Footman is blocking. That mana potion seems to be a big waste.
That's a pretty big waste, if you ask me. I think he got the Footman. Didn't look like it got denied, but maybe I'm wrong, because it's NetEase and I don't think they display the deny, right?
True. No exclamation marks over there. Free
Well,
item for the Warden as well. But Chaemiko's looking good. There's no pressure on this expo anymore. Foggy feels like he kind of forgot what his game plan was.
Also, I think even with defense right now, he
A
could
player's forces are under
do a lot of trouble in Foggy space, because there's only archers, there's no Warden on level 3, and he could win some crucial time here for his own expo in the back to set some things up, but as you can see, Shredder's being bought by Chaemiko. Foggy sees that thanks to the Wisp, but yeah, he's busy by himself, but teleports.
Shredder fell last second to the creeps and the Wardens, so at least he got that, plus the town portal. That was quite expensive.
A player's forces are under attack.
Pretty bad that he actually lost the Shredder, because that's like almost 400 gold,
Yes.
100 wood.
Chaemiko plays around this really nicely. Of course, he has probably the most experience of all the human, since he was playing with Lawlight so much. Who just loves the Warden, obviously. So, yeah. I wonder what his tech is. Maybe he's going air?
Yeah, I think that's
Player's
one
forces are
option
under
definitely
attack.
against Warden, but you could also just go for the standard stuff like you did in the previous game with casters and mortars, depending on what Foggy wants to do.
Nice little move to wake up the creeps and steal the Zeppelin away. Quite a high level match here with little intricacies from both sides. This time, we skip on Dryads and go Bears straight away.
It seems like Foggy really wants that Archmage for some reason. Archmage is trying to run away, but the Warden is close.
A player's forces are under attack.
Especially the Warden can actually turn right side now and
Town is under siege.
catch that Archmage off guard. But
Exactly what she's doing. You anticipated it, but the Observer didn't. Ah, okay. Probably just a Shadow Strike. Archmage is safe. But yeah, there's a Zeppelin, there's Bears, Master Form is ready. He's gonna drop.
Yeah.
But where?
So far, Chaemiko has to hide behind his base, but towers are coming up. Blacksmith, nice Sim City here, so Foggy can't really push through. And we do see, I think that's a tier 3 tech in the main base.
Yes.
Also, quite unlucky with the Zeppelin.
One just jumps onto the Archmage, forces a potion.
Oh no, the Zeppelin got ensnared again.
Oh no! Oh, everything down. But not losing the entire army, just... Yeah, that drop idea, not gonna work. How do you get ensnared there twice?
Good question. I think if you do fly over them, that's a problem.
True. You should have...
You just fly around them, that's the problem.
Fly over the water.
Because that one Nerubian that actually has web, which is the most annoying one from these ones, from that spot, has for some reason great aggro range towards air units for some reason. I don't know why.
Sounds like that happened to you plenty of times as well.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, heard it in your voice. Damn web.
Because you never expect it, you know, because you still think these creeps will never harm you, and then you take a big gap there, and it's still some webs.
Foggy has backpack upgrade to pick up items with his units, which is quite smart, as the Warden is slot starved for a bit. If only he would then really pick up the... Ah, Warden is coming.
Imagine having backpack and not picking up that.
Imagine. What a fool. But yeah, Foggy's on a timer. Chaemiko's tier 3 is almost done. We get double workshop. Lots of production will kick in soon. Foggy's on one base as well. He's trying a bear bust. It's kind of risky.
Yeah, Foggy is still on one base. All he has to do right now is most likely set a push up here in his main base, but as you can see, the buildings are blocking off, and there's also a couple of towers in the back, so Chaemiko should be safe, I think. But
yeah. Mountain King is out, Stormbolt is pretty good, but both of the workshops got cancelled, which is of course huge. Mauling away at the altar. Clap is ready, okay, lots of repair coming in as well. Illusions on around the altar, interesting. And he loses it. Okay, no pally. Foggy's push working quite nicely. Footman backstabbing quite a bit. We got 2 Zeppelins up. 1 for each. Mountain King quite hurt. One blinks away. There is quite some mana, so rejuve coming. Wonder if Chaemiko is rebuilding the production at the expansion.
yeah, there's still the chance, but it looks like Chaemiko can actually recover from that attack.
He's at least surviving, but yeah, that threw Chaemiko back quite a bit. Oh, here is annoying Walker with some knowledge. It's not about the aggro range. If you move command over creeps with air units, they don't care, but web creeps is the exception, and will web and snare creeps will not.
Oh, interesting.
You learn something every day here in the Warcraft scene. Off we go. Jump into the base, forces a TP or a staff right away. Bears are quite hurt, and the Zeppelin crashes. I really hope Foggy has a TP, otherwise it's an absolute disaster. Trying to nuke this Mountain King with Shadow Strike. Level 3 though. Oh no, Foggy, this might be bad. But okay, Town Port loud. Lost the bear. Didn't really... Okay, it caused some damage, but... Whew, stressful game.
He lost the bear, Steph one out. I think he
Players'
killed a
forces
few
are under attack.
peasants, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
But after all, still a level 4 warden. And
Close to 5 though. Very close.
But I'm pretty sure Foggy hoped to reach more in that attack.
Yeah, he has to get something done. Tanks are coming. And they will distract so much that Chaemiko can just build a real army, I think. There's no panda, it's warden only, no tinker, and only bears, so the future looks bright for the Korean.
Yeah, he's definitely relying, speaking of Foggy now, he's definitely relying on the warden reaching level 5, and, well, after reaching level 5, everyone knows you have to get some experience from the enemies, units, or heroes to get to level 6. Neutral creeps are not being counted anymore. And, well, Foggy has a lot of bears. And I'm surprised they're actually 0-0 attack. Not a single attack or armor upgrade here. And another book of the dead, but won't find any usage, I think, in this game anymore, because there should be Disper, and also it's way too late to somehow have an impact.
More impact has this Tome of Retraining. So it's Phantom Knives time and Blink time now. Off into the economy. But there's knights, there's breakers, there's tanks. Only a level 1 panda. Won't change too much. And the warden can't really go into the economy. Does the panda have a TP? Oh, no TP on Foggy. Yikes! Bear gets surrounded and killed. Tanks are ravaging this base. Chaemiko found a wonderful timing.
Yeah, and even with no TP, this game looks pretty over, I would say. I mean, he's losing all the full moon wells now that he actually needs to replenish any mana or health.
Ooh, huge fight now. Breath of Fire, okay, not the biggest impact, but the AoE is quite nice. On the other side, the front line for Chaemiko is so stable. And yeah, Foggy calls the GG. 3-1 for Chaemiko.
Poor Foggy. Seems a little bit desperate here. I'm not sure if Warden was the right idea behind all of this, because it took him a lot of time to get to level 3. And the thing that I noticed is that in this game and in the game before, Foggy couldn't really do that much damage to Chaemiko's Expo.
I agree. He tried to push it, was well defended. And then he tried to push once again, but Chaemiko was there and was 1 kill on a peasant with a Shadow Strike, and then he left immediately. Lots of wasted time. No creeping at the same time either. As I said at the beginning of the map, there was a weird map to try the Warden on. It's definitely playable, but also hard, and he was not creeping with 2 trees at the same time or something. Was very reliant on heroes, and Chaemiko just... amazing how he saved that Archmage against the big mana potion with the blocks and the boots. Just playing perfectly around it.
Yeah, you definitely have to make sure that if you play Warden, then you rather want to have a map where you can easily get to level 3, I think. Because if you're stuck on level 2 and the human Archmage is getting forward to level 3, and even ahead of levels, it's definitely the wrong approach, I think, map-wise as well. So... yeah, I'm not an expert in this matchup, nor am I an expert in playing Warden on certain maps, but I think it just makes sense to pick out maps where you can easily and safely creep to level 3.
It seems so weird when you pro or semi-pro players say that. I'm no expert here and there, but you must have more knowledge than, for example, I do.
Yeah, maybe, but in different matchups, there's also when a race is evolved that is actually not unnet, there's complete different thinkings behind of that, but there are also similarities after all, because it's all about levels, creep routes, groups, and yeah, I mean for me it's pretty well known that Warden relies on level 3, so.
Yeah, it's pretty good level for her. Zeris man, thank you for the sub. Duck love. He asked, does anybody know a source where to watch old Warcraft games? Would be interesting to compare. Brother, We got... How many videos do we have on our YouTube? I don't know, but 8 years worth of content on our YouTube. It's thousands and thousands and thousands of games. You can just go there and watch games from any decade you want. We have, if you're speaking German, a nice top 100 list of old school games. And there's a channel called W3 History, who's also broadcasting classic content. So check that out if you don't know it already.
Neo,
Yes?
do you want to guess what map is next?
We saw Concealed twice, we saw Tidehunters, and we saw Northern Isles. So... Oh. Wait, is it Warcraft Champions next? Yeah, right?
It was NetEast now,
Yes.
so it's Warcraft.
Autumn Leaves?
I think it's one of the newer maps. I think it's... I would go for Autumn Leaves as well, actually.
Me too. Yeah, not if it's the old version on NetEase, but the new version I think is definitely playable.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's must be Autumn Leaves because the two genius brains of ours think alike. Would be very disappointed if it's not. Oh,
I mean,
Tatarik said
Concealed is definitely not in the pool anymore, so one
True.
map less.
It could be Northern Isles, it could be Tidehunters, it could be something else. AZ possible? Do you want to play on AZ? Yeah, maybe.
But I think it's been the least map played so far in the Reju Cup, right? I can't really remember of one single AZ game though.
AZ got played 9 times and it is the least favorite. Not a single time in Human vs. Night Elf. Second last is Echo Isle for some reason, with 13 maps played. The most popular maps, Concealed Hill and Tidehunters, both 47 times. So
it amazes me how often Concealed Hill is actually picked though.
Right?
I don't know why.
Humans shouldn't pick it.
Yeah.
They never learn.
But it seems like any other race prefers to play on this, except for humans maybe.
Yeah. So we got 4,908 videos. That's quite a lot. Closing in on the 5K. As we're still waiting for the next game. Maybe a little break. Foggy likes to take breaks to meditate a little or rehydrate. Ah, there we go. And Juan, we are right. It is Autumn Leaves.
Nice. The prophet stays.
The prophets. We're both the prophets now. So glorious. Oh no! Wait, did Foggy just lose his engine of war? But did he just donate it to the creeps?
Yeah, it's good.
Jesus Christ! How can you play this game for so long and this still happens to you? I will never get it.
Washed up Foggy. Back to Hogwarts.
Yeah, feels like he's a little lost indeed. Like, a little thrown off maybe.
The question is like, where do you go from there now? I mean,
Yeah.
you have to go for Huntress build order. You can't really set up an engine of war anymore because you're way too slow with everything now. I guess it's time for another all-in Huntress with Keeper.
Let's go! No, he's playing Potom.
Oh damn. Pot him!
Yeah, he plays it like it's a mirror. Okay, this is...
I hope he didn't press the wrong key.
Oh god, that would be such a disaster to do it. No, I think he treats it as a mirror now. Mass hunt all in with glaives and APs and... I guess it will come as a surprise.
Probably. I mean, Chaemiko will definitely not figure out what happened in the beginning of the game.
Nope. Oh, Jesus. Probably last game of Foggy in this tournament and this happens.
Potom first, definitely quite interesting. I haven't seen Potom at all in this matchup though. I mean,
no. No, Chaemiko wakes up the creeps and kills the ancient again.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is looking quite tough. I don't know. For me, the game looks already quite over, if you ask me.
Yo! I think so too. Might get the footman. Okay, double cancel. GG! That's it! What a disaster.
Oh my god, he didn't even cancel. Yep.
Yeah. That was a nightmare game. Chaemiko takes the 2 points. And very important ones here. Foggy. That was not the real Foggy. Like throughout the entire Reju Cup, I feel like he never got his foot on the ground. Never showed what he's really capable of.
Yeah, I think Foggy also struggles lately versus Human. But he also doesn't seem to be in the best shape because it feels like whenever he's streaming, he puts his focus on different games right now. He's not really practicing too much of Warcraft lately.
Maybe he can bounce back in the TED Cup that's happening next week. That was Foggy's last match in this tournament. Also Chaemiko's last match in the tournament. And Chaemiko is ending up on 11 points with that. Foggy 6th place. Side of relief for Colorful and Focus, who stay ahead of him. So Foggy finishes 8th place. Kind of nice. But yeah, definitely not up to his potential. Tomorrow, we got 1-0 versus Soen, Focus versus Fly, and Lawlight versus Colorful. So yeah, Happy wins the league. Lin is 2nd in the league. Currently, Colorful, Chaemiko 3rd. But some decisions have to be made tomorrow.
Yeah, seems like it's all about that 3rd place right now. Chaemiko taking that spot, but who knows for how long. It's all up about Lawlight or 120, depending on if either one of them.
Yeah, Soen could do his former roommate, or his actual roommate at the moment, I think, a pretty big favor by taking points off of 1-2-0. And then we might have a draw with 11 points if Lawlight takes out Colorful as well. For Focus and Fly, I guess especially for Fly, there's nothing to win anymore. Focus could still surpass Colorful, but that's about it. That's a little bit of money, so not bad, not bad. That's it then.
Was some nice few hours. I think like almost 4 hours we've been casting now since 11. So happy was Lin, obviously the main match. See, I have to say, unfortunately, with a tie, but still great games throughout the entire series, and I'm glad that I could witness it with you.
Yes, I hope you will join us a little more frequently now that we got the dust off of your microphone and brought you back. I think people appreciated your presence, as they always do, usually. And next week is TED Cup. If you find some time, maybe join us.
Yeah. I think next week I have to work, unfortunately, though, again, on the weekend. But yeah, maybe. I will definitely try to cast every now and then if I'm invited, though.
Yes, you are always invited. There's an open door for you, Juan. We will see you again on Sunday.
Tuesday.
Tomorrow.
Sunday. Wait.
Maybe. Mike.
Maybe.
Who knows? There is a chance we see you. We will definitely see you at least in chat then, I guess. Germany versus Netherlands tomorrow at 6 p.m. with maybe Juan, maybe X-Lord, maybe Kevin, maybe Scars. Team Germany kicking butt of the Dutchies. Looking forward to that a lot. So have fun with Enter. Greetings to the sleepy boy. If you have any final words for the viewers out there, feel free.
Yeah. Not really much left to say from my part. It's always nice to be here. Like I said 2 years ago, or definitely 2 years now. Last time I've been casting with you, but it's always a joy to watch some high peak Warcraft 3.
So we are tuning into CSGO now and cheer for mouseboards?
Yeah, I think they're playing in like 1 hour. I will definitely watch that game because, rooting for my boys and see what they can do with all the stand-ins now.
It quite well so far. I was watching the games. All right. Dome, have a nice day. And thank you for joining once again. People, thank you for tuning in as well. I hope you had a lot of fun with me and Juan. We'll be back tomorrow for the last day of Reju Cup. At 11, we got 3 games. Then tomorrow with Remo back. and maybe myself, depends on my evening today. But I'll definitely be there for Germany versus Netherlands. Feel free to support us any way you can. We have backtowarcraft.com/support, where you can find all the links. Every like, every share, every comment on the socials is helping as well. Same goes for YouTube. Hit the thumb up button. We're still trying to increase our numbers, so like, subscribe, ring the bell, and throw money at me. That would be nice. Have a nice Saturday. Bye-bye.